back at TFCON 2023 in Toronto, in Mississauga, and I'm here with a very special guest, Frank Todaro from the War for Cybertron Trilogy on Netflix, voice of Starscream and Rattrap. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
Awesome. Love that voice. I love any variation of Starscream. It's awesome. Yeah, you got to be intense, right? And I gotta show off some of your stuff.
Sometimes in a booth, sometimes in a tent, either way.
Yeah, we've done some Cuphead, the Cuphead animated show there, and there's Starscream, and there's a Rattrap. So let me ask you, when you auditioned for Starscream, did they say anything about, okay, the fans, like the design of the Transformers was very G1.
Yeah.
Did they say anything about, we maybe want the voices to be close to G1, or do they want something completely different? Were you intimidated kind of having to impersonate Chris Latta, or obviously you didn't quite do that, you did your own thing, which worked better, but what was it like auditioning for Starscream?
Well, they didn't want the Starscream to sound exactly the way that he did in G1. The first time I played Starscream, it was in the Prime Wars trilogy for Combiner Wars. And the showrunner, the guy that created that, Eric Calderon, he actually called me because I sent in my audition and I did like a very kind of like G1 Starscream and did a couple different variations. And he was calling me basically to tell me that they had to go another direction. They didn't know what they wanted. So I'm like, okay, well, what do you want? The story there is I was in a grocery store in Metropolitan Avenue in Forest Hills, Queens. And I ran out into the I'm looking at you. I don't know if I can look at the camera. I should look at you. I ran out, standing next to a dumpster. I'm like, all right, tell me what you want. And he's like, well, you know, Lord Varys from Game of Thrones. I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And something over here. And he was like, okay, well, then put it this way. And we kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it wasn't G1 Starscream. It's this matured, it's only 50 years for a Transformer, but, you know, in our understanding, matured politician Starscream, which is why he's very low. He's sort of a little more honey in his voice when he's speaking to people. Until Megatron shows up and he's like, I know what you're doing, you jerk. And then, I know you! And the screaming starts happening, as is in the name. So it's back and forth. Wait a second, got somebody else on the line. Back and forth, talking on the phone, and then I was flying out the next day and recording the day after that. So that was it's a long answer, I guess, for how that came about. So yeah, it was a weird cocktail of a bunch of different things.
It's great booking, though. I mean, to play Starscream, such an iconic character, that's, to me,
you're telling me.
Would be intimidating.
And I love Starscream for years before that. I love Cobra Commander. I love all the things that Chris Latta done. Oh yeah.
I guess it would be the same for Rattrap as well, same kind of audition, just like don't do an impression of, you know, Scott McNeil, just do your own kind of thing.
Kinda. So for Rattrap, this was in the next trilogy that I was in, War for Cybertron. So I was for Kingdom. I'll say Rattrap is probably my favorite character in science fiction, not just Transformers, but like, Rattrap, Quark from Deep Space Nine. Like, I love that type of character, right? So the supervising producer, Matt Murray, I actually am like, hey, look, if you're not going to reach out to Scott McNeil to do it, I would like to audition for it. And he said, we're not going to go this way, but so I auditioned. I gave him 3 takes. The first take was the kind of classic Beast Wars voice. The second was a little toned down, and then the third was just kind of like a grumbly John McClane kind of in the air ducts doing his stuff.
Still New York.
Still New York, but like he wasn't like, he wasn't Rattrap, but whatever. And we didn't slate those auditions, so it was kind of cool. The showrunner of that show is another Italian guy from New York, like me, F.J. DeSanto, Frank Todaro. I think his name is actually Frank. And he heard the audition, didn't know it was me. It's like, oh, that guy sounds like he has a New York accent. That works. And they hired me without knowing that it was me, and then I was playing the 2 different parts. So that was kind of cool because he's my favorite character, and it's a little emotional when I think about it too much. That's why there's a puppet next to me.
I was going to say, you got a little Rattrap right here, eh?
Yeah.
Trap Maximum.
This is because I'm ridiculous and I carry this and
It's a
hey, leave him on top of my water bottle.
That's awesome.
So this is when Kermit comes out later. You can have 2 different kinds of vermin.
Cool. It looks like you have some other Transformers pictures over here. That looks like more for Cybertron as well, there, right?
Yeah, that is Shamble. If you're at the beginning of Earthrise, when he goes to, what is it, Sector 12, and Shockwave is like, we need more energy, and they got to shut something down.
Right,
So,
they're sacrificing their own.
yeah, this one guy's, oh, there's amazing things happening over here. Come, Megatron. Oh, we're at 22% capacity, and then shut it down. Boom, boom.
You got Trypticon, and it looks like a dino pod here as well.
Yeah, Sludge. Sludge from Power of the Primes, I've always done.
That's great.
There's Dead Starscream.
Yeah. Starscream always dies, but he always comes back.
Exactly. It's like toilet paper stuck to your shoe. You just can't get rid of it.
Nobody stays dead in pop culture except for Spider-Man's Uncle Ben.
If they even include him in the movie these days, I don't know.
Yeah. Are there anything else you want to promote, or any socials where we can follow you, or anything like that you want to mention?
Gosh, sure. Our website is franktodaro.tv, ftodaro on Instagram, and whatever threads that have turned into now. Frank Todaro VO on Twitter. God, I'm bad at this. I think that's about it.
All right. Yeah, we'll Google you, and we'll pay attention to your IMDb and see what's next for you coming down the pipe. So it's a pleasure to talk to you, Frank, and you're an awesome dude. It's the first time meeting you here at TFCON Toronto, and hope you have a great rest of the weekend.
Same to you. Thank you.